Today I thought I'd do a quick video, just because I've recently tried to get into knife making, and I've just started a couple of quick designs. And right now, the very first design that I've made is a 12-inch fighting knife. And well, to say one 12-inch fighting knife is not really true, because they will be a twin pair of 12-inch fighting knives. Because I thought, if I'm gonna start making knives, why not make my first knife as difficult to do as possible? But so far they're coming out all right, and I'm just about to finish up my initial grind to send them off for heat treat. But as you can see, not a bad shape. Full 12-inch. There will be 3 holes and a puño in the bottom, a strike for knife defense, for knife fighting, right? So so far pretty pleased with these ones. I think they're going to come out really well. And so in preparation for their return from heat treat, I've already kind of figured out how to shape the blade, and that was an important part. But I thought to myself, well, now that I know how to shape a blade, why don't I learn how to sharpen a blade? So this is another knife of mine that I really enjoy. And with this blade, I tried using Japanese whetstones. And I was actually really pleased with the Japanese whetstones at first. But it seemed like no matter how hard or how much time I put into sharpening the blade, I was unable to get it as sharp as I wanted it. And like, I've seen videos of what have been called scary sharp blades, because they just go right through paper. They just have a wicked edge on them. So I started trying to figure out how to do that. And actually, I should have listened to the advice of one of my favorite knife makers on YouTube, Gapu. He makes some wicked blades, and they're all custom, and he shows a lot of stuff about how he grinds knives and how he acid etches knives and how he sharpens them and puts convex edges on them. Now, I didn't go so far as trying to put a convex edge on them. I just put a very long bevel on this. I actually cleaned this edge up a little bit, specifically making it longer than it was, so that it would shred a little bit easier. But when I switched over to 600 grit Emery paper, and that is, of course, after already having a basic edge on it, I switched over to 600 grit Emery paper instead of the 4,000 grit Japanese whetstone. I found that I got great results. You know, it's just like it's really sharp, and it just shreds through things like it's nothing. And like, it wasn't doing this a couple days ago. And granted, this is printer paper, so it's pretty strong. I'm gonna have to start messing around and seeing how it cuts on like magazine paper. But a little WD-40 and a little Emery paper, and literally just rocking it back and forth across the Emery paper and sliding up and down the blade with your contact point allows you to make every inch of this blade quite sharp. And it looks like, to me, I might have missed a bit of the tip of this blade. So I'm gonna have to work up here a little bit more, up near the top. But, you know, again, it's going right through paper. Like, it's nothing, completely unsupported paper, right? Like, that's awesome. That's really, really awesome. And I couldn't be happier with how it's starting to turn out. So the next steps I have, now that I know how to put an edge on a basic bevel, I guess, would be to figure out how to put an edge on, put a convex edge on, you know, or do a flat grind where there's only a bevel on one side. I'm not really sure kind of the complexities of these kind of geometries or how it works, but that's, you know, the next step is trying to figure out how to make it sick regardless. Yeah, it's rounded and it still bites in like it's nothing. If you get the right angle, it bites in like it's nothing. I could shred this all night. I don't know how much of that was in frame, but yeah, I wanted to put this up today, and hopefully this weekend, after probably on the Sunday, because it's a long weekend, and Sunday I actually don't have any classes. I'm gonna start my Kung Fu blog, and I'm gonna make it a weekly thing, if not bi-weekly. It really just depends on how much time I can find to edit. Unfortunately, I have a lot of hobbies right now, and I really think that the country blog could be good and good for a community, but yeah, I got to figure the logistics out.